All right, what's up, Dragon Brood? We get to feature a fun deck today. This is from a user that goes by the name of Fireshoes. If you don't follow him on social media, you should, because he covers lots of big decks, tournaments, whatever. However, in this case, we get to have a little fun because Fireshoes qualified by playing this very deck. So we're going to go ahead and give it a run here. It was best of 3, obviously, as a paper tournament, but we're going to play it in best of 1 and see how it goes because we got vampires today. So, starting with our removal stuff. Obviously, we got to have 4 cut down because, well, it's just still good. Then we have some Anoint with Affliction, which is obviously still good. But a reprint that's actually super sweet here is Gatekeeper of Malakir. This is actually one of those cards that was really good when it was around before, but we haven't seen it for a couple of years, at least not in Standard. So it's kind of cool to get to have this one back, but you pay an extra black over its cost, and then when it enters battlefield, you can have your opponent sacrifice a creature. Go for the throat. We all know what this is, no surprise. Colostria Highborn, though. This is another new card. Again, a reprint, but new to Standard. And this is actually a cool one. For 2 mana, you get a 2/2, but whenever something else you have dies, you can pay an additional black and the opponent loses 2 life, you gain 2 life. Really good interactions here with all kinds of cards. Also, Null Priest of Oblivion, really cool here, letting us reuse some of those creatures that went to the graveyard earlier. It does gain life, it does have menace, so a lot going on here for 2 mana, but for 6, you get a reanimation spell. Preacher of the Schism, we already know how good this is. It just happens to be a vampire, so it's going to get included with all this other stuff. Now, Unstoppable Slasher is not a vampire, but it is just really good having Death Touch, making your opponent lose double their life. Like, you can't, or half their life. You can't really be upset with this card. It makes sense that it's included here. Also, Vampire Nighthawk. This is another one that was pretty solid when it was in Standard the first time. And now we have it reprinted, and it's actually really good. Again, you have another thing with Death Touch, which is awesome. It has Lifelink, which is great. And it flies. So it comes over the top, which is a bit of an annoyance for your opponent when you're playing something like Bloodletter of Aclazotz, right? So now we have flyers, we have Death Touch creatures, we have the Unstoppable Slasher. Just all kinds of things that are giving you extra value here with the Bloodletter. And then there's one singular copy of Gix's Command. Not a surprise, just good utility card. Might get rid of a bunch of heir apparents, right? Also, in the lands, he is playing a Soulstone Sanctuary, a couple of these. And this is really good because it becomes a creature with Vigilance and has all creature types. So you get a creature you can attack with and block with if you have the mana. But even more importantly, it counts as a vampire, so could possibly die, trigger your Colostria Highborn, stuff like that. So really just cool to have it as an inclusion here. Now, as always, if you want to check this deck out, at the end of the video, we'll have a link that'll take you over to Moxfield, a channel sponsor where we host all of our decks, and you can download them to play in Arena. And if you want to buy this deck, or anything else for that matter, go check out our friends over at Tales of Adventure. That's TOAMagic.com. You can use code DRAGON, DRAGN, and they'll save you 5% on everything you get on that order. So go check them out, save some money, support the channel. All right, let's go get in and see if these vampires can hold their own in best of 1. Okay, let's keep it. Oh, great. We're just up against Reanimator here. Sure. So we're going to need a hard removal for Atraxa somewhere in the next, like, 3 turns. So we need Go for the Throat or a Gatekeeper to show up, right? Basically what this is telling us. Or get them low enough that they have to trade Atraxa for Slasher, which, you know, I guess that's reasonable too. Yep, that makes sense. I mean, I assume they're just going to zombie fire, and unfortunately, we are not set to take advantage of the situation. Maybe even arguable that I should have played Highborn and Null Priest. Would have made more sense. Okay, there wasn't a zombify. I mean, not to say whatever removal they don't have is coming next turn, but, you know, we can only do what we can do here. Try to attack. Get us a card. Hopefully it's a Go for the Throat. It is not. It's another swamp. Do I risk playing Colostria Highborn here? I guess we don't have a choice, right? We just kind of say if they have the sweeper, they just get us. Because I don't know how we get by otherwise, right? Because we can still attack with menace creatures. And the 2 death touchers, they would gain 7. Like, I don't know. Alright, you have lockdown. That's fine. I mean, that beats the alternative of what could have happened there. Still a chance to draw something else. Gonna Elspeth smite our dude? Nope, just Bitter Triumph. Alright. Still did not get the removal we need. Gosh, dang it. Alright, well, as soon as I get a Reanimator spell, which is probably this turn, we're in trouble. Nope, don't have it yet. Nighthawk, you at least do something. Colostria Highborn, okay. You're not nothing. I'm just gonna try. I mean, like, we're just feel like we're fighting an uphill battle. I'm wondering though if they also didn't consider that their vault got taken when they played temporary lockdown. They might feels like they might have been relying on that a little bit. All right, we draw another cut down that does nothing here. That's gross. Oh, are they gonna die here? They're dead because they didn't block the slasher, right? Because we target them. Oh no, not enough. Not enough. Dang, it was close. Oh wait, we could do it anyway. We could target our own thing. It has to be another vampire. Another creature with this creature or another vampire. So I'd have to kill this. Alright, I have to hope they can't respond to this. Yep, I do want to kill my own dude. Alright, well, we stole one. I'll take it. Alright, let's keep this one. Scavenger's Talent. Okay. I feel like this is going to be a game where Go for the Throat's going to have to stop something real big. Probably like a Viper or something down the road. We're just going to pass here. See what the opponent's up to. Bartolome. Alright, let's go ahead and get rid of this dude. And then we'll try to anoint Bartolome and get rid of him. Since they're trying to combo, obviously. I'm gonna pass the turn. Let the opponent try to do some things first. Alright, now we'll get rid of this guy. And then they sack stuff, we mill, so that's fine. Let's go with... I'm going to sample the removal first before I run the Bloodletter out there. Let's see what you're working with. Oh, it's just a cut down. Alright. Alright, another Bartolome. We'll go here. So now if there's a removal, we can get it back next turn with the Null Priest. Yep. Seems good. You got it. I'm not even mad to mill there. Yep. Thing is, I almost want to draw some 2 or 3 mana thing and then just play this to kill that guy. And then consider doing something else. That's, you can sack 3 things. Yeah, see, that'll work perfectly. And the turn. And they had another removal card. All right, well, we now exhausted their hand, so that's good. All right, kill this duder. And we'll go ahead and pay 6. The question here is, do we get back Bloodletter, or do we get back, like, Preacher, which gives us more value? They're at 20. They can also gain a bunch of life. And they didn't play anything, so it's probably a removal spell. So it probably doesn't matter. I think I'm just going to go with Preacher, though, anyway. Probably should be Bloodletter, though, if I were guessing. Could also just be a cut down or something. Whatever it was, they decided not to play it. Alright, that dude's annoying. They can sack 3 things, get their dude back, mill us for some stuff. Nope, they chose not to. Then let's... put that on Vampire. What if we kill one of these just so nothing crazy happens? We go ahead and activate this. Oh no! I misclicked! Oh. Needed to attack there. We missed out on 7 damage, which is huge. And possibly 8 the next turn, because, you know, we lose the 1/1 token. So that's tough. Opponent also didn't attack us with a thing that can't block, which, you know, that's a thing. Alright, there's a cut down. Fair enough. There's a chance they had that cut down for a minute, so maybe we didn't miss out on too much damage, but still some. We should have got another attack step in there. Alright. I was going to say, at some point, that flyer has to come get some, right? Well, I would like to draw more threats, too, but for now, we're just going to keep attacking. And I guess... well, that didn't help. Alright, in the turn. I think they're waiting for, like, Return the Past or something. When this enters, you gain life for the first time. Create a 3/2 cat. Alright. I'm just going to get rid of this. Yep, you get to have a cat. Yeah, I think they're trying to get to like a Return the Past type situation. Well, they're at 12 life now, unfortunately. And they do have plenty of room to sack stuff now. So that's a problem. Are we sacking things or holding the food? Alright, they decided to hold the food, which is good for us. That's actually fantastic for us. Alright, let's get the Bloodletter back now. And get our attacks on. Highborn, I don't know if you're going to live long enough to matter. Alright. In the turn. I mean, whatever they're going to do combo-wise, they got to just go for it here. If they got it, they got it. This is about as shields down as I'm going to be between now and the end of the game. Looks like they have something. They're checking their graveyard. So if they have return to pass, I think they're okay. Nope, they didn't have it. Yeah, I'm trying to think. They would have gotten back 2 Starscape Clerics, 1 Bartolome, 1 Ellis. They would have gained 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 life. Yeah. Oh, no. So many cut downs. Oh, we have to mulligan. And I know as soon as I do this, it's going to be some, like, low-cost creature aggro deck, right? I'm going to gamble and keep it. Terrible keep, though, by the way, y'all. Like, you should have a hand with some balance. Come on, creature I can target? Oh, that's bad. That's exactly what you don't want to see. You want them to play something there for sure. Because this is probably Caretaker's talent, and then this is going to be a bit of a struggle. Oh, it wasn't even that. Okay. We're attacking with the Colostra Highborn. Didn't get hit with anything. What is happening right now? Is it just Day of Judgment? Nope, it's a Solemn Simulacrum. That's a thing. I mean, I guess I just kill it. They get a card. And we just attack here, I guess. In the turn? I'm just not wanting to commit too much into a sweeper here. But they're obviously not doing that. They're prioritizing something else. I don't know what that something is just yet. I'm trying to figure out when to deploy this Bloodletter is the thing. Because this is 2, 4, that's 8. I think I'm just going to activate this and attack. Because, I mean, it's 7 damage versus 8 damage. But at some point, they're going to have to sweep the board, I'm sure. There it is. I was going to say, it was only a matter of time. I mean, we still have to target even though we don't have the mana. Alright, well. I'm going to assume it's just Sweeper City from here. Oh. Well, that's a thing. Don't have the mana to do that. Alright, well, I guess they got us. Like, we just, again, kept a hand with all the removal that really couldn't target much, so we deserve that. Alright, we're going first. Let's keep it and hope we can draw a 3rd land down the road. Because this is our only removal spell right now. Not the way you want to be. Honestly, I'd like to draw a regular removal here. So if they have a 1-drop, and then we can use this on their 2-drop. But, yeah, let's pass. See how this works out. Hey, perfect. Perfecto, as they say. Well, that wouldn't really help us anyway, because we would need a 3rd black mana. So, we're just going to run the Nighthawk out. Come on, Swamp. Hey, we did get the Swamp. Fantastic. I'll pay the kicker. Alright. Llanowar Elf. And They had to have just drawn that, or they would have played that last turn, right? How sick is it that I kind of want to just Gix's command here? Actually, I think I'm going to. Yeah, let's just Gix's command. Destroy everything power 2 or less. We'll put counters on our dude. And that works. Just kind of keep the pressure up enough. And then next turn, if we get to attack, that's 8, basically. Don't have anything to get other than the Gatekeeper. And Gatekeeper's no good if you can't pay Kicker. So we're just going to go here. Opponent goes to 10 to 6. If they kill Bloodletter, then we just get it back if we draw an untapped land. Alright, they have a lot of mana. But if they don't deal with our flyers, they're dead anyway. Yeah, that doesn't change anything. I'm going to do this just for insurance purposes, in case something crazy is about to go down here. Alright, then I think we're good. Because even if they kill the Bloodletter, then we ping them for damage. Sure. Yep. Alright, cool. Alright, we'll keep this. Why not? That's a bummer. Did not want to see a turn 1 mana creature. Okay. I mean, I guess we still have to kill a Llanowar Elf here. Okay, that might not be the worst thing. I mean, they'll obviously sack the Lore Keeper and keep whatever dinosaur they make here, but, you know, we'll see what we can do about that. Alright, I was a little afraid it was going to be the 5-4 or 5-3 dinosaur. That would have been much worse. Interesting, they're not attacking. Oh, they want to play Frillback. Just to straight up play Frillback. Okay. I mean, we're just slowing the mana down. I mean, you know, once they get to 5 or 6, they get to start playing real stuff. We got to have actual goat for the throats and things here, because they had a lot of mana creatures. If they just have 1, it's not so bad. Having 2 means they have more things to sacrifice to Gatekeeper and whatnot. So I think next turn, we probably roll out Slasher Slasher, just in case they have any of the fight spells or whatever for dinosaurs. I don't think the opponent used that card the way they intended. I think they forgot to choose a target creature, maybe? Not 100% certain what happened there, but I think that's my takeaway from that. Though Primal Might's really good and does help the dinosaur decks a little bit. Lonnie's Hatcher. Yeah, that makes sense. Yep, you got it. We'll block here. You were almost good enough. I kind of want to play an 0-4 just because, but maybe I'm going to go here again. We're at 13, so we're not in dire straits by any stretch. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do this. I just don't want like another Hatcher to drop or some other big dinosaur with haste and us just get too far behind. Because that's a real possibility. Oh. Okay. Well, I guess it's a good thing we killed off some creatures, because that thing hitting on this turn would have been rough. I think we take 6. Let's just kill this. Well, I guess technically we take 4, because we gain 2. And then we can... I'm going to go here. So if we get to block, we at least kill something in the process. Alright, Elves. I think the opponent might have been better benefited activating their land and attacking there, though. Alright. We get to unlocky some things, which is nice. I'm going to attack with both of these. Mostly because we get a 1/1 here anyway. And can probably chump block something pseudo-safely. And if they block, we have to double block to kill the Preacher. Yeah, and we get to kill 2 things, so that helps. Alright, so that's not too bad. Alright, we get to largely weather the storm that way. Alright, that gets to attack. Yeah. Alright, cool. Man, that felt like we were on the cusp of death for a long time. Like, oof, man. I mean, as much as the Gatekeeper wasn't great there, just slowing them down an additional turn made all the difference in the world with how low we got. So, I don't even know if I sequenced my cards correctly either. That's another thing I'll have to go back and watch in the edit. But, yeah, we'll take those. Yeah, we have to keep this one. And we found an early removal spell. Didn't find much to do on turn 3, but we have time. Unless, of course, a bat drops here. And then we're just in bad shape. It was not a bat, though. So... have to assume they have removal, because you don't play not bat nor removal with black, right? But I also don't mind when they're having to use Go for the Throats on our stuff, either. That is okay. Because that means when we get to our big stuff, they won't have actual quality removal. At least that's the hope, anyway. Alright, let's just go ahead and play another Highborn. Pass the turn. Shieldred, sure. No need to take any damage from her. Alright, well, we're finding mana, so that's a thing. Got another one? Because we can't deal with the second one. Not yet, anyway. With the way this game's going to go, I'm going to kill our own dude. I don't think we want that Virtue hanging around for later. I kind of hate wasting that like that, but feels like it makes the most sense. Demon, yeah. Well, that's unfortunate. They found another one. Beginning of each combat, any opponent may sacrifice a creature of their choice. If a player does, Tap this. So if I decline, sure. Like, I just decline then. Pass the turn? Yeah. Alright. Sure, decline. Put that on Vampire. And at least force you to where you have to block with it now. Oh, I can just tap it, huh? But I can or I can sacrifice. Sure. Sacrifice this dude. And then we win. Nice. Okay, let's see if this works. Hey, we definitely love killing that thing. Let me tell you. I would say now I'd just like to draw some land. That would be step 2 in this process. You got it. Yep, you got it. Alright, if we're not going to get land, that's the next best thing. I mean, I guess in the meantime, we're getting our life total up for later. Like, that's a thing, I guess. Oh, boy. Alright. Come on, deck. Oh, jeez. Really? Come on, don't do us like this. Well, if we end up losing to just not being able to draw land, then, like, you know, it is what it is. Yep. Yeah, now the life gain doesn't matter because they have their own life gainers. Alright, we're just going to pack this one in, y'all. Alright, I'm going to keep, but we do need to find another true black source somewhere along the way. Alright, what else you got? Nothing else. Alright, that goes on Vampire. And we just pass the turn here. Really not need to do much else. Teysa. I think I'd rather kill Teysa than this knucklehead. Like, you can get to exile its first card. Alright, that works. Let's start here. So if they have an actual removal card, they play that. That's the only thing left. Then we can still hit them with the Gatekeeper next turn. Not if they exile it. That's not going to do a thing. Well. I guess we go ahead and just hit them with this. That's some serious removal, though, that they're playing. Okay. Legions to Ashes. You know what? That's not that weird, though, considering how many, like, heir apparent things people are trying to play right now. Just getting ready to get rid of everything all at once. And they're exiled, too. It's not even just destroy them, right? Exile target, nothing permanent, and all tokens. Oh, all tokens that player controls with the same name as that permanent. So you'd get rid of all the tokens, but not necessarily the actual heir apparents themselves. Did we thwart the opponent's plans? Is that all they had going on? Well, we'll see if this is an actual roper or if they just temporarily DC'd for some reason. Alright, we're going to take our turn. Start by attacking. Alright, well, it looks like we may have just killed the opponent's first 2 creatures, and then they roped out here. All right, well, we'll take it. A win's a win. Looks like they're just going to rope out, and we'll just move on to the next one. Okay, let's keep it. All right, let's go ahead and get that out the way. I don't know why I get the feeling this is just straight up skeleton aggro, probably. But been seeing some skeletons and zombies since the Death Baron got reprinted in Foundation, so would not surprise me in the least. And still have a 1-drop? Yep, they did. They had a Tiny Bones. Alright, this was a good draw. Keeps Tiny Bones from getting like a Colossal Highborn back. Heraldic Banner. Alright. So we're definitely going in. I think I'm going to go here just in case they have some removal. I'd rather that die than the Bloodletter. Another banner. Wherever they're going to play is going to be big. That's all we know. Okay, so yeah, we're not too worried about that. That can do its thing. Alright, opponent's at 10. We're at 22. So they need to kill Bloodletter and or play some stuff to help their skeletons here. Pile on? Sure. That works. And they can get back a 2-1. Oh, well. Sometimes the deck just says, no, you're not going to lose that way. Alright. Yeah, that doesn't cut it here. Yeah, we just gained too much life for that to matter. Yeah, I'm not blocking. And then we just attack. Okay. Though I am curious, the fact that they chose to play Heraldic Banner over the, whatever is it, the Patchwork Banner, where you just choose a creature type, and they're definitely playing skeletons, makes me think there was something else they were playing. Because otherwise, you just choose the Patchwork Banner because it also gives you an additional toughness. I think that one gives creatures you control +1/+1. So I would have been curious to see why they chose that one over the other one, but, you know, a win's a win. Okay, let's keep it. This feels pretty reasonable, right? We cut down something into Highborn. If we have to remove something, we play Gatekeeper. If not, we play Nighthawk. Yeah, I won't say this hand's perfect, but for the current meta, this feels like a closer to ideal hand, if there were such a thing. Speaking of which, let's get rid of that duder. Nice. So that's a good backup plan if we don't need to make them sack anything. They would like to kill that. That's actually not a bad call, because the life gain does end up being a little bit of a problem for them. Under the circumstances, I'm going to go ahead and play Nighthawk, which feels like they have a shock or a burst here. Now, Nighthawk could get hit with the Lightning Strike. Nope, just a Heartfire hero. Which is excellent. That's even better. So, let's do that. So then we don't even take any damage. And then if there's something bigger, we can... I doubt there will be, but, you know. And if this little dude's just going along, gaining up some life along the way, that's plenty fine. Now, I will say, argument could definitely be made that we could just spend 3 mana there to get rid of it, and then we have 2 plus this. which could have been equally good. And we still could have used the Anoint to get rid of that, but neither here nor there. We are fine with the situation as is. I'm just going to let these little dudes motor along. Yep, you have a Screaming Nemesis. I am not blocking. This feels just like one of those things where our life total is high enough, we're gaining life. Like, if you just rage, fling, and get us, then you got it, you know? I'm not going to worry about it too much. Yeah, I'm still not blocking. I mean, rage up, friend. I mean, we knew that was a possibility. We go to 14. Gonna fling it. I was gonna say, they're gonna fling it and kill the knight. Oh, no, they had a Witch Talker Frenzy. Now that's a problem. Maybe not so much, because the Slasher is getting through here. Alright, they need 2 cards to kill us here, right? Because they need Rage, plus that won't kill us. Yeah, Manifold Mouse ain't gonna do it. Though, that's 2 blockers on the ground, so that does keep them alive. So that's not nothing. So we do need to find a removal spell for this to be lethal. Alright, well, situation is what it is. We'll just attack with this. And we'll play this guy. No need attacking with the Slasher, because the Slasher dies, they just kill off something else. Alright, Lightning Strike, you got it. I mean, situation still says any removal spell here is live. You're not attacking here, opponent. That would be miserable. Alright, so question here is, do we want to risk attacking and losing 2 creatures? Because here's the deal. If we attack with everything, then they could chomp, block here, kill something, keep their creature. We go to 14. They're out of dudes, though. I think we just attack. There was a chance we draw a removal spell there, too, but we didn't. Depending on how they block... No, we don't lose everything. Alright, that's still fine. I mean, at least hit the Slasher, so you're still alive, right? Okay. End the turn. So now we still have 2 attackers because of the Sanctuary. Alright. Oh, a deck. Come on now. What are you doing to us? Alright, I'll go ahead and activate, because if you have damage and it goes at a creature, whatever. Okay. That's a thing. Not mad at that. We'll just sit tight. Because now you got to get rid of 2 things or kill a thing and play a blocker. Or trick us into blocking for some reason. I mean, if it's Rage plus Fling, that still wouldn't be enough, though. That'd only be 14. Yeah. Alright, cool. So yeah, let me start by saying this deck does have a sideboard with it, you know, being that it was already a tournament deck. And I do think the sideboard helps a lot, because there are some matchups where you're going to want, like, Ghost Vacuum or Duress, you know, things like that. But even without that, it still holds up pretty well on the ladder. The biggest thing, really, is you're having to decide, like, when to use your Gatekeeper, because if you're playing in something with a lot of tokens and stuff, it's not going to have that much value. So you got to figure out where the best spot is for it. Additionally, when to use Null Priest of Oblivion, right? There's some times where, sure, I'm going to play it early, just get my life gain, have these menace creatures, and then sometimes because they have menace, Bloodletter lets them through, right? And that's good enough. And then there's sometimes where he's like, okay, I already have 5 mana, let me just wait. I can get back like a Slasher or a Bloodletter or whatever, and then try to close the game out in one turn. So you gotta really pick your spots with it. So while this does look like, it's just a creature deck, there's actually a lot of decisions going on. Even with Claustria Highborn, are you just trying to play it as an early body? Are you saving it to where you have extra mana because you're anticipating like a Day of Judgment, right? All right, cool. I'm not going to tap anything, so that way when the Day of Judgment goes off, I can spend 3 mana, deal 6, gain 6, right? Sometimes that's enough to close out a game too. So lots of ways this deck comes at you, and the interesting thing here is the decision was made to not play any Vampire Lords, which I think there's only one available. It's a life gainer that also has, like, you can discard it and pay the cheap cost or whatever. But outside of that, I don't know. Like, I don't think there's much to change for best of 1. I think it's just a nature of, it's a deck that performs better in best of 3, but you're still going to win a lot of games in best of 1. So if you want to play Vampires, I say go for it. Also, congrats to Fireshoes. Getting your chance to go play in a big event to try to qualify for the Pro Tour again. Awesome. Awesome that you won your qualifier on the way in. But yeah, Standard's still wide open right now, and there's a lot of stuff you can do. We just played a Burrows deck that really leaned on all the pingers and O'Hare Ashnil, and we killed opponents out of nowhere so many times. So you should check out that video too, because that deck was a whole lot of fun. But that's all of you for now. We'll see you next time.